Executive dysfunction. If you have ADD or ADHD, you're probably familiar with this term, but let's just recap for context. Attitudemag.com. What is executive dysfunction? Executive function skills enable us to plan, focus attention, remember instructions, and manage multiple tasks. Sounds like the complete opposite of what I do on a day-to-day basis. And up to 90% of kids with ADHD struggle with executive dysfunction, which impairs goal-directed behavior. And so this is something that affects everything in your life, your home life, marriage, relationships, work, everything. So if we come down to this section, how do executive functions develop? The abilities associated with executive functioning don't all develop at once, but rather in a sequence, one skill building atop the next. All of the executive functions interact with each other and impact how individuals regulate their behavior to create positive future outcomes. What is interesting about this is that it is basically saying that ADHD is the lack of a learned skill. One could argue that that is hereditary. Another could argue that that is caused by environment. And there's a lot of research out there on both sides of that argument. But for me, the question is, what can I do about it? Executive dysfunction is the bane of my existence. And part of this series, Adulting with ADHD, is me learning how to improve my executive dysfunction. In a way, I'm working on reprogramming my brain. With that said, I want to go to my to-do list because there are some things that I think I need to change to be successful. Now, I haven't posted a video for a while because honestly, everything became too overwhelming and I kind of stopped operating on my to-do list. In fact, if I go back some days, you'll see there's just blank spaces here. And I got things done. You know, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I did accomplish things, but I was kind of like a zombie. Part of that is that last week there were a lot of layoffs at the company that I work at, and that was very stressful. And I just didn't really feel as though I had the capacity to plan. And sometimes that's the reality. If you have a lot going on in your life, that might just be the case. However, things have quieted down a little bit. So I need to get back to figuring this out. And so it's Monday today. It's a fresh week. I'm not going to feel guilty about the past. But what I really want to focus on are these categories down below. You'll see that there's actual tasks and projects. And these are what I pull from, okay? The projects, these are my top priorities. Now, I try to keep around 5 in here, but you can see I actually have 6 right now because I added cleaning off my desk because my desk, it just gets messy. It's a reflection of my brain, I guess. And to the side of projects under actual tasks are tasks that relate to the projects. So for fix white truck, there is weld upside down belt, which that should be bolt. Get shoes off the roof. Now, apparently these have zigzagged their way around, but there is one task for every project. And the idea is that let's suppose I get to Tuesday and I say, how does Tuesday look? I feel like I, actually have some time to get stuff done. Well, I can take a task and drag it into here and try to complete it. If it doesn't get done, I can move it back. And eventually I cross off the project. And you can see there are some things that I've crossed off down here, like canceling green light and fixing Michelle's car tire. Now, it's important to consider that the reason I'm limiting myself to 5 projects or around 5 projects is because otherwise my effort is spread too thin. For example, when I go outside and I realize I have to fix the white truck, that's not really what I want to do. I'm not very passionate about doing that right now. In fact, I'm really annoyed about doing that. What I do want to do is dig a trench so that the driveway can drain. I also want to dig another trench to run an electrical wire to charge the electric cars. Ooh, there's a lot of different things that I want to do. They're not on the list. And they are important to do, but they're not more important than the things that I have prioritized. And so that is why I've limited myself in that regard. Now, the problem is that these projects are often dependent on other factors, right? So fixing the white truck, it has to be light outside because I'm not going to work in the dark. It has to be a reasonable temperature. It has to also be not raining. So there's a lot that goes in with that. Getting the shoes off the roof, I mean, that is, again, hopefully the weather's decent. But installing the window glass for the rental, that requires some level of coordination. That's not something I'm probably going to do on a weekday. Working on the hallway is an inside project, burning up trees. If it's rained in the past couple of days, I'm probably not going to be able to burn up trees because they're wet. Now, cleaning off the desk, that is something that I could do at any point. And it's also something that I can do right here. In addition to that, some of these tasks take multiple days, and some of them just take one day. And so I've realized that I need multiple lists to pull from that all have different variables. And so this list, which is called projects, I'm going to rename multi-day projects. And then I'm going to add another list called single day projects. And I'm going to add one more called desk projects. And so when it's all said and done, this is what we end up with. We end up with the multi-day projects, and some of these can be shifted off of here. Like getting the shoes off the roof, this can go to single day projects because that's something that I could do and complete in one day. Working on the hallway, that's going to remain. Installing the window glass for the rental, well, that is actually a single day project. That's something that really the tasks are pretty clear from the beginning to the end. It just requires more coordination to actually find the time to do it. Cleaning off my desk is a desk project. And burning up the trees in the backyard, I mean, that is still a multi-day project. Now, I now have 3 different areas to pull from. If I'm having a day where I don't feel like I'm going to get anything done, I might not pick from the multi-day project. I might not even pick from the single day project. But the chances are that on a day where I'm just not feeling it and I'm sitting at my desk, there might be something under desk projects that I can complete. And cleaning off my desk is one of those things. So this is how I'm kind of rearranging it. It allows me to still prioritize things, but it gives me different buckets that I can pull from. Because one thing that I find really helps is if I can actually find something that I can do that does complete something that gives me some level of success in the day. It's nice to get past the day and say, hey, I at least did this. So that's what I'm going with. And it's the end of the day right now. It's 9:53. And honestly, today's been pretty good. I got quite a decent amount of work done. And I'm making this video, which isn't on my list, but sometimes it's, I started recording and stopped recording probably 20 times before I could even do this because I overthought it. But here we are. For a minute there, I thought that I wasn't recording and I was about to lose my mind. But yeah, so all of this stuff that you're seeing up here, it's fine. It's all stuff that I'm going to work through. Tomorrow I'll be posting another video as I start my day, and I'm just going to see where we can get to. I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time fitting these in, and we'll see what I can come up with. But my main goal really is to say, no matter what mood I'm in, no matter what the weather is, that I can actually execute. I can have a plan and I can go with it. And I know some people can just plan out their entire calendar and go with that, but I'm not that person. I'm not there. I'm like the fish that can only half swim. And this is what works for me. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.